What's up, folks? Your buddy Fatalroadie. Today we're going to do results for the Clash of Champions. We started off with the kickoff show, the Lucha House Party versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro for the SmackDown tag titles. This was a decent match. There was a lot of back and forth. Lince Dorado got worked over. Kalisto got the hot tag. He starts the ball rolling, but Cesaro got him into the swing. Nakamura hit him with the knee, got the pin to retain their titles. This is a decent match, like I said. We were supposed to be getting Asuka versus Zelena Vega, but Lord knows what happened with that. That's going to be on the main card. So we open up the main card with Sami Zayn versus AJ Styles versus Jeff Hardy in a triple threat ladder match for the Intercontinental title. Didn't we just see this match on Friday? That being said, though, this was a mean match. There was utter chaos going through the entire thing. AJ Styles having pretty much most of the offense. There was a bunch of nasty spots to this match involving the ladder. Jeff Hardy doing a swanton bomb onto Sami Zayn from a ladder. Lord knows why this man ain't dead yet. Sami Zayn pulls out some handcuffs. Handcuffs Jeff Hardy's hole in his ear to one of the ladders. That looked painful as hell. And in one spot he handcuffed himself to AJ Styles. Hardy starts carrying the ladder over from the ramp as AJ Styles carries Sami Zayn up on his shoulders as he's climbing up the ladder. As AJ is trying to fight off Hardy, Sami Zayn uncuffs himself and then cuffs AJ Styles to the ladder. Zayn starts to climb up the ladder and is able to get both belts, so he is now the Intercontinental Champion. I do have to agree with Michael Cole on this. This is some shit I have never seen before. This was a good match. Backstage, Drew Gulak wins the 24/7 title. Then we got Zelena Vega versus Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship. This was supposed to be on the kickoff show, but like I said, Lord knows why they got turned around. This was a good match. I thought it was going to be a quick match being relegated to the kickoff show, but Zelena Vega did put in quite a bit of offense here. I really liked this match. Although in a flurry of near falls, Asuka was able to get the Asuka lock in. Vega tapped out, so Asuka retains her title. In a post-match interview, Asuka puts over Zelena Vega, tries to go to shake her hand, but Zelena Vega goes for the bow. This was only to get Asuka lured in, because when she bowed, Zelena Vega kicked her, slammed her down, and bolted out of there. Asuka gets on the microphone, and she is pissed, so this ain't going to be over yet. We then get Apollo Cruz versus Bobby Lashley with Ricochet and MVP at ringside. This is going to be for the United States title. This was a good power match. There was a ton of action. Like I said, I liked it. I was almost expecting retribution or some shenanigans happening, but it was a clean match. Bobby Lashley got the hurt lock in. Apollo Crews taps out, so Bobby Lashley retains. We then have Andrade and Angel Garza versus the Street Profits for the Raw Tag Team titles. Albeit repetitious, this was a good match. Andrade and Garza were on the same page. This was a high-paced match, really good. Dawkins goes for the pin on Andrade. Right at the 2 count, Andrade kicks, but somehow the referee counts it as a pin. Andrade clearly kicked out, but the Street Profits retained their titles. They did have a quick cut to the side of the ring where Angel Garza was getting looked at by officials, so maybe that might be why they cut the match short. I don't know, but it was a screwy ending. Backstage, R-Truth gets back his 24/7 title from Drew Gulak. Okay. Then we have Bayley versus Nikki Cross for the SmackDown Women's title. Apparently Nikki Cross was not cleared by medical. Lord knows what happened. I don't know. Bayley says she's going to have an open challenge. 3, 2, 1. Okay, Matt, it's all over. Count me as the winner, blah, blah, blah. She calls for the ref to say it's a forfeit, but Asuka comes out. So we have our match. It was decent, but Bayley hit Asuka with a steel chair, causing a disqualification. Asuka won it, but being a DQ, Bayley retains her title. Right after the match, Sasha Banks comes out of nowhere and smacks her with the steel chair. Bayley starts to get over on Sasha Banks, grabbing a kendo stick and 2 steel chairs. Banks was able to fight back, nailing her with a kendo stick. Banks grabs the chair, but Bayley was able to bolt out before she was able to get her revenge. So I'm guessing at Hell in a Cell next month, we're going to have our match. We then have Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. This is going to be an ambulance match. This is a good match. Randy Orton got the better of Drew McIntyre. Orton was setting up for the punt, but his leg was grabbed by the Big Show, who drags him out of the ring and chokeslams him onto the commentary table. McIntyre starts to beat down on Orton, starts working his way over to the ambulance, slams Orton into the back door. McIntyre pulls out some crutches and what looks like a medical steel chair from the side box of the ambulance. I say it's a medical chair because it's a red chair with a white cross on it. Medical chair. Okay. McIntyre and Orton fight both in and out of the ambulance. McIntyre goes for a Claymore kick. Orton dodges. He ends up kicking the door clear off the hinges. The fight ends up going backstage where Orton runs into Christian, who beats him down some more. Back out at the ambulance, Orton slams McIntyre into the windshield. They start to fight on top of the ambulance. As McIntyre is hanging from the back of the ambulance, Orton stamps on his feet, knocking him down. Then from out of nowhere, Orton ends up eating sweet chin music from Shawn Michaels, knocking Orton off the ambulance. Starting to see a pattern forming here. McIntyre tries to heft Orton into the ambulance, but Orton stops him with an RKO. Orton puts McIntyre into the ambulance, but McIntyre was able to brute his way back out. McIntyre hits Orton with the Claymore kick, starts to put him into the ambulance, but stops short. McIntyre nails Orton with a punt kick, shutting the doors on Orton and winning the match. As the ambulance starts to pull out, we look at the driver, who's Ric Flair, who says that I'm not going to be breaking any speed limits. Woo! Okay, cool. Now we got everybody in. We then go to our main event, Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns for the Universal title. Reigns comes out, sans shirt, with Paul Heyman in tow. There was a lot of trash talk in this match. Jey Uso tried to show some glimmer of offense, but was stymied by Reigns. Later in the match, Jey tried to go for a pin, but in the process of kicking out, Roman Reigns gave a low blow to Jey Uso. Reigns hits a spear, demands that Jey calls him the Chief, hits him with another spear. Jey is not relenting to Reigns. Roman continues to beat down on Jey. Jimmy Uso comes out, trying to throw in the towel. Jey's telling him, don't do it. Reigns continues to pummel Jey some more. Jimmy inevitably throws in the towel, so Roman Reigns wins. Jimmy goes running in to check on his brother, tells Reigns, what's wrong with you? Concedes, says you're the Chief. Paul Heyman puts the lathe that Jey Uso came in with on Reigns. Reigns stands tall over his cousin. Corey Graves says that if Roman Reigns was able to do this to his own family, what is he going to do to anybody else? Now, I did make mention in one of the comments on one of the other videos that they were going to use this for Reigns. I will bet that he was still going to be using that line, but I will count myself as being correct on that one. Now, in regards to this pay-per-view, I actually liked it. I don't really think there was any subpar match. I think all of the matches were really good. There were no real big surprises. I mean, the only real, I guess, surprise you could say was Jimmy Uso coming out, because I haven't seen him in a while. But nothing of that, nothing affecting the match in all real cases. It was a good pay-per-view. I liked it. Hopefully this time I won't be on the minority here. They did say, I think in the beginning part of October, that they're going to have the draft. This is going to be coming before the pay-per-view for Hell in a Cell. I think that's on the 26th or 25th. I can't remember. So we'll have to see what happens on Raw and SmackDown from the fallout for Clash of Champions. And that'll do it for the results for Clash of Champions. Leave a comment down below what you thought at the pay-per-view, what you thought about this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to share and subscribe. I've been Fatalroadie. You've been awesome. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, if it's too loud, you're too old. See ya.